What's going on, everyone? This is Alex USA Days, and today we're going to talk about how to get a raise while you work as a Q engineer, or generally while you work in tech industry. I think this is going to be the same thing for QA developers, probably system administrators, generally anyone who is in the tech business. Now, I will be talking from my experience and experiences that I've observed around me. I've been working in tech industry for 10 plus years as a QA engineer, and I think I have like four main conclusions, right? So first thing that you want to do, maybe if you want to get a raise in your company to increase your salary or your hourly pay, you want to go and ask for a raise, right? But ask yourself, why, if you think you deserve a raise, you did not get one yet? Is that because company does not normally give out raises? Is that because of the budget? Um, if you're not received a raise on its own, probably you're not going to get one, even if you ask. And the one that you will get, probably going to be the answer you'll get is probably, okay, by the end of the year, we will give you like a standard increase, which would be like 3%, maybe a little bit more, but around a couple $1,000 maybe. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. I think the max that I got out of like asking for a raise was about $5,000. Now, the other way how you can get a proper raise is just to try and change title in the company. So go from one position to another, like from QA to PM. I've seen this before, especially in startups. If you work in one branch of a startup, but you're interested in another one, you can actually go and apply, have like an internal interview, and ask, while when you start working as a project manager from like quality assurance, you can ask, okay, for the salary or like the pass, how you're gonna get your salaries increase. Also, with a title change, normally, again, if it's initiated by you, the transfer, normally it's not going to be a large bump in the payout. The only way when you get a huge raise was a title change if they actually promote you to the next level. So from like senior to director, or something like that, right? Another way is, and sometimes you can get a pretty solid raise with that, is to change the team but still do the same thing. You'll have to pass internal interview, but you will get a new assessment for your salary. So if you're making, let's say, 100K in one team, you might go for an internal interview to join the other team doing the same stuff as you do, but you're actually going to get a bump on your raise, sometimes like 10, 20K. Uh, because the other team might have a different budget because you maybe worked for a company for a while, they're gonna count all that experience. So it's possible when changing team to get like a higher raise. But I think the only way, the proper way how you can increase your payout in the tech industry in the United States is just to go and find another job. You get another offer. When you come back with an offer from another place, they will match, most likely, if they value you, they will match you with a counter offer. And that counter offer will be a little bit more, about like 5K, sometimes 10K plus, maybe even stocks or options, more than the one that you got at the new place. So, but you have to understand there's some, risks with that. There's no risk in terms of like going to interviews and looking for other positions, but there's a risk announcing that you actually found a job that pays more. And the risk is maybe your place doesn't have a budget, or they really, don't want to keep that position that you have right now any longer. So they'll just tell you, okay, you found something better, just go ahead, join the other place. That's not a likely outcome, but that may happen. So if that happens to you, I mean, well, you have another offer that pays better, you'll have to join the other company, the other place. But generally, in the United States, in the tech industry, this is how I found out how it works. And I had multiple encounters like that. Um, when I went out, and I've been given promises. Like one of the companies that I work at as a startup, I joined as a junior QA, grew to a mid level. So it was 10 years back, about 60K. My salary was at that point, and we were working for a huge client. Was a big project for them, and I was told by my management when you're gonna that we were working like day and night. 24/7 every day almost. So really, we're trying to kind of finish a big project for the client. And I was told by the management, if you finish that project, we're going to get a good contract coming with them. A lot of business is going to be coming our way. So our startup going to grow, and we will give you a pretty good salary raise. So once the project was finished, there was no mention of the raise anymore. There was no talks about. So I went out and asked for a raise. So can I get a raise now? We got this project going. We won the client. We've finished whatever we need to do. We worked hard. We worked in the weekends, and I've got a raise after going and asking, reminding that I was promised a raise. I got a raise like $5,000, something like that, which was an okay raise, but it was kind of pretty ridiculous because I thought about maybe a title bump or something else. So high raise because the client was like one of the biggest in the country, right? So I went out and started looking for jobs. Went out and found another job. Got an offer from that place for 75K, something like that. That company that wanted to hire me actually later got bought by Google. So was a pretty decent company. They were doing some very cool stuff. They're still on the market. They still do it. So when I came back to my office and I said, "Here, I got a job offer for 75K from that other place, and I'm leaving because we had this big contract. You promised a good increase. I got only like 5,000 out of it, and immediately, like I've been told, what can we do to change your mind? Like, what can we do?" And I said, I highly doubt that you can change my mind because it's a pretty good place. They offer like stock options, a good salary increase. So I just might go in them. And the director of development at that point said like, okay, let me try. Let me try to convince you. And he said, what do you think about what is like your offer? Like 75K? What number you think about? And I said like 85K. And he said, no problem. I'll give you 85K plus additional stock options. And then I said this thing, and it was so interesting. When I initially joined the company, I joined with another guy from Russia that we really became really good friends, and we started at the same level as like junior QAs, same payout, about 60K was the bump from the project, like up to 65K. And because we were such a good friends and we worked at maybe like a year or something, maybe around 2 years for something like that, year and a half maybe together, did multiple jobs together, did a lot of testing together. So we were like, working in partnership, doing a lot of testing, finishing a lot of projects. So I said that, it's not going to work out for me because if I'll get a raise, 85K, this friend of mine that works with me, it's going to be very unfair towards him because we've been working on the projects together so much and he put as much effort as I did. So, and I never expected them to do that. And they say, all right, it's fine. We're going to raise his salary too. So both me and my buddy got 85K out of me going out and find another offer. And I didn't really want to leave, but I felt like, I I wanted better pay, right, at the place where I was working. So both me and him, we got 85K and additional stock options from that conversation, which was pretty amazing. So later I changed jobs, and every company, pretty much every company where you work at, it's going to be the same scenario. If you go to your management and say, hey, I want to raise, the max you're going to get is maybe about 5K. Sometimes they're just going to tell you, well, we have like a standard raise at the end of the year, a couple of percentage based on how many years you worked and so on. And the only way how you can actually boost your career, so you have to start searching for another jobs. Not even to leave the company, even though there is a risk that they might let you go if you find something better or they can't match the offer that you will find, but just to get a proper raise and stay at the place that you're working, and accelerating, I guess, your not professional growth, because your professional growth comes from what you do, but accelerating like your title growth, what is on your resume. So to come from like a medium level to senior level, or from junior level to medium level, or even maybe like from senior to like director level. So yeah, that is how it works in tech industry. So if you want to get a raise, you have to start looking for another job just to get an offer and then show that offer to your management. Otherwise, if you'll just ask, probably you're not going to get much. Because ask yourself, if you deserve a raise and you think you're going to go ask for a raise because you deserve a raise, why did you not get one yet? Right? So they would give you one if they were capable of doing it or thought of doing that. But a lot of companies just gonna run in this model because everyone knows if you work for that money, you're probably satisfied. And if you come and ask, they're gonna give you just a little. So yeah, that's the only way. All right, this is Alex USA Days. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching and bye bye.